And welcome back, y'all. We are back to do our weekly expenses for our week ahead coming up binder. Y'all, excuse the mess at my desk. It is an absolute trash zone right now. It's chaotic. It's a work in progress. I've got a lot going on, a lot of things I need to organize, and we have just been super duper 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 busy. So with that being said, we're going to make some changes to our weekly expenses. And the reason for that is we went over on our grocery bill yesterday. Our groceries, we allot $200 per week for our groceries. And yesterday, if you saw my grocery haul, it was $250. So we're going to remedy that today. I'm going to show you how we're going to do it and what we're going to do moving forward. So this is our binder that I keep specifically in my little leather Yoda baby backpack. And it's a baby backpack because it's a small backpack and it's baby Yoda on the front of it. So I love A6, y'all. I'm just obsessed with A6. And with that being said, I always use these binders, not only in my cash stuffing, but yeah, in personal life as well, and in journaling life and notebook life and all that. I just would rather have an A6 than anything else. So I got all my cards in here. I've got all my information, my passport, my state ID, because y'all know they don't be giving us blind people any driver's license. So maybe in the future, if I get a Google car, I can get one. But for right now, that's what I have. Let's go ahead and tell you how much we got to put in here today. And then I'm going to walk you through what's going on. So we got 50, 1, 50, 2, 50, 3, 50, 4, 55, 50, and 600. Again, this is much bigger than it's going to be normally for the next 3 weeks. This is just the beginning of the month. So it was 600 and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. 660. My son almost tripped over the baby gate. Yes, we have baby gates up in the house because we have chihuahuas that like to get into things that they should not be getting into. So, all right, we're going to talk about Uber and not talk about Uber. And the reason is Uber's uber expensive. If I need to go anywhere, if I need to take the kids anywhere, we're going to need Uber to take us because for some reason they're still not saying I can drive with being blind, and I should be able to, right? Like, they have Braille on the drive-through ATMs, which kind of freaks me out a little bit. I don't know why they would do that because most people driving through the ATMs are in the driver's seat and they can see. So, I don't know. $50 is going into Uber because, like I said, we need to be doing things. I do need to go to the pharmacy tomorrow, so there you go. There's one thing we're going to be doing. Our next one is our groceries. Now, let's talk about this. I told you yesterday I went over by $50. I allot myself $200 per week. So here's how I'm going to remedy this, okay? I've seen Jessie over at J Whackers do this consistently. And I love how she does it. I love that she's doing like a hybrid type system with that. And she's just dumping all her grocery money in and saying, okay, I'm allotting this entire amount. Whatever we spend through the weeks, it's got to add up at this amount at the end. If I spend more in week 1 than I spend week 2, I spend less. If I spend more in week 1, 2, and 3 and have nothing left for week 4, well, guess what? We're doing a pantry challenge now. You know, things of that nature. And since I went over, I want to go ahead and do that. So here's what we're going to do. And I told you yesterday in that video, we are not, and I do mean not, getting any groceries next week. It's not going to happen. We're also going to start making some things from scratch. Bread is going to be one of them. I'm going to be making homemade sandwich bread. If you have a really good recipe, a foolproof recipe that I could have, yeah, drop it please down in the comment section by all means. We're going to be making homemade buttermilk biscuits. I am not going to be paying $1.40 for 8 biscuits anymore. That's not going to happen. So, and I'm not going to get the frozen ones either. We're going to be making homemade frozen bread loaves that we're going to freeze ourselves by making them frozen. We're going to make the bread dough, we're going to freeze it, and then when we want it later on, we can thaw it out instead of buying the 5 loaves of frozen bread dough at Walmart for $6. Y'all, I've got all the flour in the house in stock. I've got buckets of flour downstairs. I have got yeast. I've got water. I've got salt. I've got anything I need. We got garlic if we want to make it a garlic bread. But we're going to be making sandwich bread. We're going to be making all of our breads because sandwich bread at Walmart has gone up. So it's $1.45 and it used to be 92 cents. So I'm not with that because I can make a loaf of bread for pennies on the dollar. So with that being said, we have 150. So that's 3 50s. And that is what we were supposed to have for next week. Remember, we had to take $50 from week number 2 because this week, we spent $250 instead of $200. So week number 2 was supposed to be $200, is now $150 because we had to take some money. We're putting that aside. It's going to go in our paper envelope here in a minute. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Week 3 is $51.52. Week 4 is $51.52. So we still have $400. I don't plan on spending $400. Y'all know any grocery money I have is getting rolled over to my fully funded emergency fund 12 months in advance, right? So I'm playing the grocery game of trying to save as much as I can. Next week, we're not doing groceries. That's why the $150 went there. Now, week 3, the only thing from here on out I'm going to allot us to stock up on is anything that goes in the fridge. I need fresh veggies. I need fresh fruit for the kids, that kind of stuff. So it won't be very much, y'all. And I'm running out of hummus, and that's bad for me. So that is all that I have. So expect the next couple of weeks to be very, very low in money. Week number 3 might be a little heavier because I may go ahead and pull week number 4 and say, we're not spending money again. And all this money on top of what's here can go into my 3rd month ahead. So that's what we're going to do. Super excited. All right, we're going to make a change to spending. And I'll be real honest, we're real boring people over here. I am completely introverted and antisocial. I'm not going to lie about any of that. But y'all, I'm not a mean person. I'm a really nice person. I just don't like being around people. I don't like being in crowds. I'm a homebody. I've got all of our apps here. I watch YouTube all the time. I've got everything I need in the house. My son just dropped, what was that?
My phone, again.
Great, he just dropped his phone. Everything we need in the house. If my kids have the foods they like, the drinks they like, they're happy because they have their Xboxes. Danya has her laptop. They have all their social media. They have all their games. They have movies. We're happy as can be. But this is one envelope I am not going to roll over every week. So we may be pulling money every week. This $10 is being set aside. I will explain to you here in a minute what we're going to do. And we're going to up it because if I can save more, even though I'm not spending 5, 10, and 15 is going in, it's 3 5s, then I can use this as another way of saving money, even though I'm not really spending anything. The only thing that we ever need to go and spend out right now is if we have to get something on an emergency flight at the gas station. God only knows what that could be because we have everything we need in stock. And I buy all of our drinks up at Walmart or Aldi or another grocery store because y'all know buying stuff at the gas station is ridiculously priced. Eating out, we're going to roll that over, and the reason for that is because I'm going to build it up. 5, 10, and 15. Y'all know I jump on you all the time. Don't eat out. Do copycat meals at home. But I will say every once in a while, eating out is something we would like to do. But it's going to be a Golden Corral eating out. If we're going to eat out, we're not going through McDonald's. We're not going through Taco Bell, KFC. We are going to Golden Corral. And between all 4 of us, it's like $50-something. Okay, that's just to eat. That doesn't count the Uber. That doesn't count $15 going in there. It already had 10, so now we're up to 25. It doesn't count anything else, a tip or anything. It just counts for eating out. So maybe I can bulk that up enough to have enough to do the whole shebang. So with that being said, eating out is in. Outing is another one that's going to roll over for right now. We're going to do 5, 10, and 15 in outing. Reason for that is we just got a slip of paper in the mail for the zoo. Now, I did not look at it. It's either a buy one, get one free ticket, or it's a family day coming up that we get in for free because we live in this town. 15 is going in here. It's got 10. So for right now, we're going to roll this over because we are going to be going to the zoo, y'all. And if I can do it for free and get it for free, obviously we'll pack our own lunches, take our own lunches, our own drinks. I'm not buying all those drinks and food at there. Y'all be out over $100 between the 4 of us. It's the Kansas City Zoo. Absolutely love it. And they offer it a couple of times a year where you either get in for free with somebody or it's a buy one, get one free type situation, or they have reduced prices, or they have kids for free, or they have the entire family comes for free if you live in this city and you can prove it with your ID. So I can prove it. So with that being said, that's going to roll over. And our next one is Buffer. And Buffer is going to roll over as well. It's got 10 in there. So you got 5, 10, and 15 going in, making this 25. The reason you want to buffer, y'all, is if you go over in groceries and you don't pull from the next week like I had to, or maybe you're over in gas, maybe you're over in eating out and you spent a little bit more than you thought, don't pull from other envelopes. Don't have the IOU situation going on. because then you're going to have to backtrack and pay that back. Get yourself a buffer in each and every one of your binders, including your weekly expenses. Keep that, build it up, and then if something happens and you go significantly over, you're not going, oh crap, I'm pulling extra from the bank, I'm pulling extra from my other envelopes, my savings challenges or whatnot. No. Get a buffer. Get a buffer in your savings challenge binder too. I have a buffer in every single one of my binders because I need one just in case. Just in case. Because if I didn't pull the $50 from week 2, I would have had to pull it from somewhere. So, and that was for groceries. So do it that way and have that in there. Now, here's what I got here. This 150, 150 is going into my April paper envelope. And I am putting this in the back here. The reason for that is I am going to build this up, and at the end of the month from here on out, I will be doing a cash stuffing into my 3rd month ahead in my fully funded 12-month working ahead, getting my goal binder envelope done, y'all. So that's going to stay here. I'm not touching that money. That is not buffer money. That is not, hey, I got extra money in the back. That is leftover grocery money that I have for week number 2. Obviously, this week we didn't have leftover grocery money because we went over. So that's what I did. Now, what am I going to do with the $10 that I pull from spending? I may be pulling a lot from spending every week. I may have nothing in spending. It just depends on if we're going to spend on something and or anything. But with that being said, this $10 here, I'm going to put it away. Y'all know I use prop money. Like, seriously, I'm not going to be using real cash, not in my house. Except, I'm going to get 10 $1 bills. And I'm going to blame this on Kiara over at Budget and Grow, who gave me $1 in the 700 subscriber giveaway. I won the pack. Oh, I love the items in there right now. Come to find out, she had been shopping from different shops, and I was like, I thought it was all her material, and it wasn't. She shopped from different shops, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. With that being said, yeah, so bottom line is this, y'all. I will be putting a pack together this month. I've got a couple extra cool things this month that's going to be happening as well. But 2 things right now. Number 1, this $10 is going to be turned into 10 real $1 bills. I'm going to the bank tomorrow because I need to get some change as well out for my penny challenge. And I'm going to start doing letter bucks because Kiara sent me that $1 and she's like, I was like, why'd you send me a buck? And she's like, it's got an A in front of it. It's an A buck. And I'm like, oh, I never was in tune with these A bucks and Starbucks things. I just was like, whatever. But now I want to do it. Now I want to do, and that requires me to go and get real money, which I will do because if it's only $1 bills that I'm working with, then I am good with that. So here's what we did, y'all. My son and I sat down and we have this created now, and it's in our Etsy shop. You'll get all these letter bucks if you want them. Now, here's what I did in my shop. We did these in packs, y'all. Okay, so A through E is all here. There's A, B, I hope I have them in the right order. C, I should get a brailler, D and E, and braille these for myself. The first pack is A through E, y'all, okay? And that is only $2.50. Now, I put 5 files in there. If you only want to do 1 letter buck at a time, save your ink, okay? Just save your ink. And do 1 letter buck at a time. Or if you only just need a couple of letters out of that, do it that way. So that is A through E. It's $2.50. I don't make things really super expensive. This is F. It should be G, H, I, and J. And that is the second one. Now that set is also $2.50 on my shop. And again, you can go in and it has each letter buck file and you can print the ones that you want, or you can choose to print all 5. That is also $2.50. K and L are a pack of just 2, and I have this on my shop for $1.35, and it's got the 2 files in here. Now, let me correct myself from the other day because I did not do enough research and or understanding. Like I said, I don't really know much about these type of situations. Now I do know. I was talking with Snow Gardener 307. That's Miss Marlene, y'all. I absolutely love her. She's amazing. And she was like, you're gonna do all 26? And she didn't think there was 26, and I thought, oh, hold up. In the video the other day, I said I was doing all 26 letterbucks. Y'all, I was dead wrong. Letterbucks are A through L, which is what I have here. It's 12 of them. There's nothing after A through L. I was reading about it and thought, oops, you know what? I screwed up in that video. So bottom line is, correction, it's A through L. If you want the entire set, I don't sell it as the set currently right now, but if you go and buy each one of the packs all together, you're going to end up only spending $6.35 to get the entire bundle. So they come, the first 2 packs come in a 5-pack. The last one is the last 2 letters, and it comes as a 2-pack. And I just sell it just like I do my singles trackers that are $1.35. I just went ahead, I'm not going to bump it up. It's just 2 little trackers for $1.35. So just in case you don't want the whole shebang of the whole thing, just pick the ones that you want out of there and you're good to go. So that is what we're going to do. So next week you're going to start seeing me stuff letterbucks, and it's going to be real cash, y'all. So I'm going to take this 10, put it back where it belongs, and then I am going to the bank tomorrow to grab cash and dollar bills and change. So with that being said, that's what we have for you today. This is why our expenses were a little higher this time around. We're going to be doing this grocery challenge, and we're going to rotate this grocery challenge because we still have a lot to eat down in our preps. We're going to start making a lot of things from scratch, because when you make it from scratch, it's a lot cheaper than buying the convenient style foods you saw yesterday. If you saw that video, I am making breakfast bowls from home now. I am not doing those crack a egg breakfast convenient cups. They're expensive. And I'm not doing the Jimmy Dean bowls. Those are expensive. We're going to be doing homemade breakfast sandwiches with homemade biscuits. I'm not doing Jimmy Dean biscuit sandwiches. Y'all, that's like $15 for like 12 of them now. Like, are they kidding me? Ooh, no, not going to do it. So homemade foods are on the rise for us over here. I've got everything in stock. I don't need to buy a thing. So questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, make sure you leave them down in the comment section down below. We'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.